That's where they're
I'm
coming
patching
from.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gonna help our teammate back here? He's got 2 people on him.
I'm coming.
Oh, I did that one kid.
An agent needs assistance.
Nice. I can drop. Reloading. Where's your head, boy? Oh my god, dog. Give me that DPS. Let's go.
Bodied. Hello everybody, my name is MarkandJello or MarkandJello, and today I'm going to be quickly going over the current build that I have. It's an SMG class. First off, I'm going to start off with the weapons for this class. So I run a Vector SBR 9mm. Now there is a tactical Vector SBR 9mm, I believe, and that one does, I think, a bit more damage than the Vector that I currently have. But either ways, this Vector or the tactical Vector works, but you want to make sure it's the 9mm for the class because the other Vector doesn't have as much RPM as this one. But anyways, for my Vector, the talents that I have are strained for the crit hit damage. So I gain 10 crit hit damage for every 5% of armor that is depleted. Once I'm at 0% armor, I have 200% crit hit damage. Now that's pretty broken. Alright, next talent I have is Allegro. I gain rate of fire and then protected reload. This helps out so much in the DZ or PvPing in conflict or in any place in general. While equipped, this weapon grants 10% bonus armor while reloading. This helps out in so many situations. For the mods on my weapon, I don't really have much. We can go over them really quick. There is a site that has crit chance, I believe. It has crit chance, but mine has critical range because I don't have a current scope that adds crit chance. I have to do more missions to get that. I have the laser pointer. I run the specialist class of... Alright, so yeah, I run a demolitionist specialization, and I'll show you why I run this one in general later on. But for right now, with that current class that I have, the specialization, it grants me this small laser pointer, and it adds 7 crit chance, which is a big help. That's a lot of crit chance. For the muzzle, there is a muzzle that also adds crit chance, and I still have to do missions for that. I currently don't have that. All I have is these two, so I chose accuracy over stability because with an SMG and a lot of RPM like this, you're definitely going to need accuracy, not really stability too much. For the mag, I have the plus 20 rounds minus the 10 reload speed, which is not too bad, but it works out pretty well. The next weapon I have is the Chatterbox. It is an exotic weapon that you can do. There are videos online that you can search up to find all the different parts for this and how to build it. But my Chatterbox is a 500 gear score. The only thing that's really important about the Chatterbox for this class is Blabbermouth. While holstered, reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 20% rate of fire for 10 seconds. 20% rate of fire, that is insane. Now, in the gameplay that I'm going to show you, you can see the difference between shooting my regular Vector at the regular RPM that it's at, and then after I get a kill and then shoot again, you're going to see how fast it goes. Like, I lose bullets so quick. The pistol, it's nothing much. It's not even worth the class or anything. It's literally just a pistol that's there, so don't worry about that. The current mask I run is a Goliathus, and it has, the first talent for Goliathus is the 5% total armor. And then the attributes is health and then skill power. Honestly, I don't care too much for the skill power. I would rather have a different attribute, maybe like weapon damage or maybe armor or something. For the talents, it's hard hitting. I still need to change that talent to maybe let's say restorative for the 10% or 20% health on kill, I believe. But yeah, once I switch out this one talent, it's going to be perfect. This build is already OP. For the backpack, I run an Alps Summit Armament for the 10% cooldown reduction and then the 5% skill power. Now, skill power for this build is not too much of a biggie. You don't really need too much skill power. I have 500, but for this class you don't really need skill power. You want more armor and health and dishing out a lot of more damage. But anyways, you can only have 5 damage for this class, but I'll explain later. For the backpack, I have the attributes of bonus armor and health. These two are amazing. Perfect. All I need. Safeguard for the talents. Killing a target grants a 150% bonus to repairing and healing effects for 20 seconds. Now this, after a kill, well, actually in the DZ and in conflict, I believe that drops to 75%. It does help out so much. It's 75%. That's still a huge difference, especially when in PvP and combat. So after I get a kill, I can drop my chem launcher, and it has the increase of the 75% bonus. Next talent I have is Vital for the 20% health. That helps out so much for this class. That's why I have so much health. Honestly, you want to go for Vital for any kind of piece in this class. Vital and maybe Hardened for the 10% armor. But that's why I chose the Gilligard for the 5% total armor. For the gloves, I run an Alps Summit armament. That's the second piece for the Alps Summit. This one has an attribute of health, and it has the talent of clutch. This is a big thing, big talent that you really need for this class also. Crit hits restore 15% health and repair 2% armor. This helps out so much with the class. For the mods on this one, sadly it's an offensive protocol mod slot. I would rather have a defensive so I can add probably more armor or more health. But it's oh well. I grinded for these gloves for so long and I just couldn't find one with a defensive one. So I use what I have, and I have weapon damage and SMG crit hit chance on this. For the chest piece, I run an Overlord's armament. Now, I would rather probably go with a chest piece that has the SMG damage, the 10% SMG damage. But this one, after grinding for so long, I was looking for certain pieces that had Berserk and crit chance and health and crit damage and stuff. But I couldn't find anything with the right attribute with the talent Berserk. So I chose this one. It has 10% rifle damage, which doesn't add to anything with this class, obviously, because I'm not going to be reusing a rifle. It's all based off of SMGs and crit chance. But don't even worry about the Overlord armaments. Try to get a different chest piece, the one that probably says SMG damage. The attributes has crit chance, 12,000 health, a big major help, and then crit hit damage. I honestly could change that crit hit damage to possibly weapon damage so I can get more damage out. And the talent on here is Berserk. It's another big talent you want to run for this class. 10% weapon damage for every 10% of max armor depleted. So for this, once I'm at 0 armor for my class, I gain an extra 50% weapon damage. That's a big difference when coming into PvP against other players. That's 50% weapon increased damage. But once I reach 0 armor for this class, that's kind of my turning point for the war, for the battle. For the mods, I have 2 defensive protocol mod slots.
In need of backup.
Okay, I have 2 different defensive protocol mod slots. Now these 2 help out so much. The mods, they run health, armor on kill, and then health regen. Those are kind of the 3 main attributes that you want to be running on your mod slots. The next one is bonus armor, total armor, and armor on kill. So health and bonus armor are major attributes that you want to be running, and then also armor on kill. That's going to help out in so many situations. And then health regen also helps out too for when you're healing, and it helps out with this talent Safeguard as well. The Araldi holdings for my holsters, I run this one. It's 10% accuracy, and the attributes on it is crit chance. Now, I'll explain in a little bit why I can only have 5 of, like, let's say attack attributes, I guess. Like, we can call it that. I'll explain a little bit. But I can't have too many gear pieces running attack attributes. But for this one, I run 12 crit chance, and then I run the talent Surgical. Now that talent helps out so much. That's 8% crit hit chance. For this class, since you already have the talent on the SMG that adds 200% crit hit damage, you don't need anything that runs crit hit damage, obviously. So that's why I prefer to choose attributes on my gear with crit hit chance and then weapon damage. That's why I was saying for my chest piece I could switch out the crit hit damage for maybe weapon damage, because 200% crit hit damage, I don't need that anymore. But anyways, I run crit chance and surgical for this one, and the mod slot on this one is sadly also an offensive protocol mod slot. So I would rather have a defensive one and maybe keep health, armor on kill, and then health regen. You know, keep those same 3 major attributes for your mod slots. I did grind and grind and grind for a different holster, but I keep getting offensive protocol mod slots, sadly. So for this one, I just added weapon damage and SMG crit hit chance. For my knee pads, I run Murakami. Now this one piece of Murakami adds 8% health. This helps out so much. That 8% makes a huge difference. Plus it also runs the attribute of health, which also stacks up. The talents, I have restorative, that's 10% health on kill. Like I said before in the beginning, I wanted to switch out the talent on the mask to restorative for the 10% health on kill, because for this class you kind of want to stay at almost 0 armor. So you want to have health on kill so you can stay at a lot of health but yet have like no armor, because at that point when you have 0 armor, that's when you dish out the most damage. The mods on it's a defensive protocol mod slot. For the mods, I have health and health regen. Sadly, I don't have another one that says health, armor and kill and health regen. I will grind for another mod that hopefully has all 3 attributes, and that would be nice if I could get that extra armor on kill. Honestly, after grinding and using this class for so many different PvP matches and grinding in the DZ, this class obviously could be better. I do have 203,000 armor and 105,000 health. But for the Alps Summit, honestly, I don't really need the cooldown reduction or the skill power. I would rather choose probably the Providence Defense. Yeah, I would probably choose a Providence Defense for the extra health and the extra, I guess, we don't really need the skill power on the Providence Defense, but I would go for that extra health. Because the Murakami, we run 1 piece of this and it adds 8% health. The Gilligard 1 piece adds 5% total armor. A 2-piece Providence Defense, I could switch these out too for a Providence Defense maybe. A 2-piece Providence Defense adds that extra percentage of health. So my health could go from like 105,000 to maybe 120 some thousand. So that's going to make a huge difference. This chest piece, honestly, instead of having Overlord armaments and the 10% rifle damage, I would choose the chest piece that says the 10% SMG damage. But I'm still going to be grinding for that. I might switch out the crit hit damage for more weapon damage. For the skills, I run the defensive drone. You can honestly run anything that you want. Maybe I would say choose the shield, the Crusader, so you can run an SMG and the shield. This helps out so much. But honestly, I prefer the drone with the shield, because I feel like when I'm PvPing with the shield, you kind of move slow, ADSing, you move slow, walking around, it's kind of slow with the shield. With the defensive drone, you can still move, there's no slowdown to your ADS. And if you don't know what ADSing is, it's aiming down sights. The next skill I run is the cam launcher, just a regular healing one. Now I've seen people use the defensive drone and the shield with Crusader. Now those 2 pieces honestly go really well together, but it just depends on your kind of play style. I prefer to run and gun and kind of move around. But anyways, for the stats for my SMG, let's see. This is do take note that this is in PvE stats. It's not on normalized stats. So yeah, my weapon damage is 9,000. Crit hit chance is 52%. And my crit hit damage is 32%. Obviously, for this class, like I said, you don't need to be working on crit hit damage at all. Just mainly crit hit chance, weapon damage, and maybe headshot damage if you're really good at landing those headshots with an SMG. But yeah, for this class, just mainly all the attributes on your armor pieces and your mods. You kind of want to run a lot of crit chance and weapon damage. Crit hit damage you don't have to worry about, because that talent on the SMG adds 200 crit hit damage once you're at 0% armor. Oh yeah, another thing. For this class, you can, like I said before, you can only run 5 attack, I guess, attributes on your gear and your mods, and that's because to run the talent strain, you have to have 5 or less of the attack attributes. Alright, so another thing that I forgot to tell you all is the specialization. I run the Demolitionist because this piece right here, it adds the underbarrel attachment for that 7 crit hit chance laser pointer. This helps out so much with that crit hit chance. Like I said before, on the SMG, I'm going to try to grind for a scope that has crit chance and a muzzle that has crit chance. Because the more crit chance, the more I'm going to land those crit hits, the more damage I'm going to output. Also, another thing for the Demolitionist is the spray and pray. This helps out so much. It adds 15% SMG damage. That helps out so much. That stacks on with the weapon damage and everything else. Demolitionist Tactical Link. This one, your group members do more damage to targets out of cover. This helps out so much when you're running with a group, or if a group member is also running this. This helps me out because I get 5% more damage to targets that are out of cover. Another thing is Braced for Impact. This helps out so much when PvPing. So like if I'm behind cover or I'm trying to shoot an enemy and they toss a nade at me and it blows up, it's going to ignore that explosion. I'm just going to get stunned, I guess, for a quick second, but I'm not going to take any damage. I believe that's how that works. Or possibly nothing happens and I just don't move at all. Another major attribute is Crisis Response. This is a major talent for this class. When armor is reduced to 0, when armor is reduced to 0, refills all main weapon ammo. This helps out when trying to shoot players. So when I'm PvPing, what I try to do is I try to estimate how much damage the enemy does, and then I try to, I guess, counter it. So like once they start shooting me, I wait till my armor is around, let's say, I guess 50% of my armor is already off. That's when I start shooting my gun, so that by the time I lose all my armor, I regain my whole clip back. By the time they get me to 0 armor, most of my clip is already gone. But with this talent, as soon as my armor is gone, my clip is automatically filled to 100% ammo again. Another thing is the X Stat Armor Kit. This helps out this also helps out a lot for this class. Not too much, but it helps out pretty good. But with this one, Armor Kits repairs 70% damage, which is alright. It's not 100%, but it's 70%, which is still a good amount. And then it boosts weapon handling by 100% for 15 seconds. This helps out also in so many situations in PvP. So let's say they drop you really low, you get behind cover, and then you take this. It only restores 70% of your armor, but you get that 100% weapon handling, which in turn helps out with your accuracy, helps out with your stability, and so on and so forth. So you can continuously land hits at that point. And it's a good thing because it's a good thing that it also repairs only 70% armor, because the less armor you have, remember, the more damage you output. But anyways, after it says on completion, an additional 30% repair occurs. So it does eventually over time repair you to 100% armor. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please leave a like, maybe subscribe, and comment down below your kind of class, or if you like this class, or if you're trying to make this class as well. Also, be sure to check out the live streams when I stream. Maybe we can grind together in the DZ, get some gear up, or just go into conflict and PvP. I'm going to show y'all some gameplay so y'all can see my current build. I did record myself playing with YT King Josiah. I was playing with him. We were playing conflict for a bit. But yeah, that's going to be it for this. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Peace.
Oh shit, we're in the middle. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
What's up? I can't hear you.
Get him! You're serious? He's one tap. Fuck. What the hell? Dude's doing some heavy damage. Leave your resume.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to BM that
Behind you,
guy.
behind you.
Oh my god, freaking LMG class, dude.
I'm gonna force shred you. They are pretty tanky, dog. I'll give them that. They're not as squishy as the other guys. Hey, if you don't want to lose your health or die so quickly, I put the one that says you're a less critically hit in combat by 20%.
Body, dog, get out of my face.
There are no more rogue reinforcements.
Hee
Fight is halfway done.
BM?
Yeah, I got him. Taking a yo.
Body this guy.
Good shit.
Nice. Oh my god. What the hell does that dude have? I don't know what the hell that dude has, but...
He is tanky as fuck. Dude, this dude's fucking truck, dog. He does not get dropped.
Oh my god. Look at that shit. He just bodied our teammate in like 3 hits. He has an LMG build.
Fucking serious. He's coming.
As long as we stay close, we can kind of body.
I don't understand is how the fuck they're hitting me.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I'm sending you a specialization supply drone.
DM me? Got him. Pushing.
Okay, I'm gonna push with you.
He's got his stupid ass drone and his tanky dog. Holy shit!
I got him.
Dog. Fucking hit out of here.
Halfway to the finish.
Helping you.
Medical assistance
I
needed.
got him.
Just pushing over here. Nah, put my drone on you.
Oh, I'm out of nades.
You're broke.
You're good, you're good, you're good. I'm out of nades.
Toss in a flash.
That guy's kind of low.
You wanna push? You go that side, I go this side.
Yeah, yeah. See. Nice, nice, nice.
Serious trauma detected.
Got him.
Get back. I need to take a hail.
Oh, I got bodied.
This, I don't know, man. There's a reason that where I live. This dude's pushing, really?
Agent down.
Body him.
We gotta res our teammate,
The
res him.
enemy is acquiring a boost.
Watch that left, right side, right side, right side. They're pushing too. Yeah, I got hit with the freaking alt.
Agent out of action.
The rooftops of London. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chim. Going up, we're above. When I shake hands with you.